Now, I have humbly come before you in the chapel of money. And on this beautiful Sunday morning, I will give my sermon. Thou shalt not lose in NFL Week 18. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of the MoneyPot Podcast. This is your guy. I am the host, CEO, the bettor, the gambler. I am him. They call me Moss Money. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy NFL Week 18. We got DFS plays. We got some player props. We had a hell of a week last week. Hell, we had a hell of a week 2 weeks ago. Shit, we had a hell of a week 3 weeks ago, and you can see I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to close out the season strong. Whether we getting in the playoffs or not, I'm going to finish. So let's get into the plays today. I'm using a new sports book today. Caesars sports book we're going to go with today. I don't know, man. I'm feeling good about myself today, as you can see. So let's get the banners up. Let's get the screen up. And let's get into the plays of what we do best. You know the flow of the show. If you're new to the show, the flow of the show is I go to one of our favorite sports books. We go game by game, giving you pick by pick, things that I like, things that I'm betting. And then we win money together. That's the name of the show. That's the game. That's the play. Because it pays to listen. I say it all the time. It pays to listen. If you don't follow me on MoneyPot Podcast and all social media platforms, you don't believe me. There's evidence. We got video. We got pictures. We got people reviews. We got receipts to be shown. If you want a refund, here's the receipt. I'm just telling you what it's like this morning. Oh, man, I'm feeling good, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start it off right. All right, so some of these sports books have like some popular boost and deals. There's a couple ones on FanDuel that I want to go over that I found really interesting. They're long shots, so they're plus like 2,000, plus like 20,000, whatever it's plus. It's a long shot, but very interesting, and a couple Eagles in there too that we should take a look at. So if your bankroll is healthy coming in NFL Week 10, or you're just looking to gamble a little bit, stay tuned. We'll get to those plays after we go through all the games. We're going to skip a lot of games because a lot of games don't mean shit. So I'm not going to sit there and waste your time looking at games that really you don't know if players are going to play the whole game. They're going to be out. We're going to start looking at who can play for next year, et cetera, et cetera. All right, first game on the slate, Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh is -2.5. Total is 40. Pittsburgh has something to play for. So let me I took a screenshot of this. Let me bring up the scenario. So in the AFC playoff scenario, as it stands today, right now, if the Patriots win today and the Steelers and the Dolphins lose, the Patriots get into the 7th seed. If the Dolphins win and the Patriots lose, the Dolphins get in. And if the Steelers win and the Patriots and Dolphins both lose, then the Steelers get in. Shout out to Mike Tomlin, man. A record 16, is it 16 times? 16 times. I feel like Ric Flair, right? 16 time. 16 time seasons that he hasn't had a losing record. Talk about the GOAT. So he's 8-8 right now, going for 9-8. Interesting stat about this game as well, if you want to play this game or bet this game, that Cleveland hasn't swept this series since like 2003. They're 15-1, I believe. Or no, Tomlin's 15-1 in regular season closeout games in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field. So this line dropped a little bit. It was at 3, I believe, and this line dropped a little bit on my show on MoneyPot Podcast when we did the predictions on this game. I leaned Cleveland too on this game. I really do. I'm starting to switch right now after getting a little bit more information and those stats coming out. I kind of like Pittsburgh in here. The one play I do like here as a player prop is anytime touchdown scored by Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson hasn't scored at all this year whatsoever. And then you can see he's already plus 180. I think he gets in the end zone today. I think they know that, and I think they try to get him in the end zone today. But they do want to win the game, so they play that smart. So this is a little bit, it's a little less than 2-1. So it's a little bit kind of not chalky, but a little bit gambly on that side. Amari Cooper, here's another star. Amari Cooper, I believe, needs 71 or 72 yards to get over his career milestones in receiving yards. So you might want to look at that. I'm going to stay off that just because the Steelers are playing this game, so they're going to give it all they got. Don't know how much Cleveland's going to do here. You don't want to get guys hurt. You don't want to get guys going in the offseason. And we know Amari is always known to get a late ankle twist or injury. Knock on wood. I don't want nothing to happen to the brother, but you always know that. So this is why his number is at 66.5 minus 137. So you're going to pay for it. So the books already know what some of these incentives are. So you just got to take a look out for that. But an official play for me that I am playing today would be Deontay Johnson anytime score. So we'll put that in there, and that's plus 180. A little bit 2-1 in the money. You can put in a parlay or play it straight, however, whatever floats your boat. All right, let's go to the next game. See what we got on here. All right, so New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins, kind of important game. The Jets got eliminated already. Smoking Joe is getting the start. Don't know what to think about that as of right now. There's no big milestones. Maybe Gilbert Wilson, to solidify himself as the offensive rookie of the year, so they might force feed him. But nobody from the Jets side that we can look at. From the Miami side, again, nobody too much. Skylar Thompson's getting the start. Really, two bad quarterbacks getting the start here. So it's going to be an interesting game because Miami's got to win this game to stay alive in the playoffs. So it's funny. First three games all have playoff notes on them. So I don't know about this game just yet. I'm just to stay away from me. I can't expect Thompson to be able to get the ball to those top receivers like he should. And some books, if you find, they don't have any of the player props on there because they just don't know. They can't just have that liability out there. So yeah, man, I think this is a no play for me. And let me know, you guys out in the chat, you guys out there listening, talking, go ahead, throw it up there, right? Throw it up some of the plays of what you guys are looking at, what you guys think. Actually, no, since it's just me, I know Tommy. Where is Wilson? Wilson! He said he couldn't make it. So, solo time. Ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing to me. Let me switch it up. Nah, that's too much. All right, we'll keep it like this. I thought it might be a better look to go like this. Give you a better looking screen. Yeah, we'll do like that. We'll do like this for now. Tell me if you like it. Give me a thumbs up if you like that view better. If not, I'll go back to the other view. All right. Next game. New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Okay. So this is the game of, not the game of games, but this game has so much emotional, I don't want to say baggage, but so much emotional, just emotion with this game. I guess I can't really say no other play with that. And then the game is also important from a playoff perspective for the Patriots. So a lot in this game coming in here. And I think this is why this line's starting to tick up. So nothing that I know of from either side from incentive standpoints that I really dug and kind of found. So much overtones because of the Damar Hamlin situation, and meaning in the good situation that, right, we're looking on the positive side. We're looking on how this man's outlook on life is going to be, which seems to be very positive, which is amazing news. So tough play here for New England, right? Tough to come into an emotionally charged Bills Mafia to get a win here. I don't really have any plays. I feel like, if anything, Josh Allen, but it's like New England's defense is still stout. Like, this still is a rivalry type game. up north. I don't know what the weather's going to be or anything like that. So I have no play here on my end. But I think stars show up in these type of emotional charge games. You need your leaders to show up. So anytime touchdown to Stephon Diggs makes sense to me. So that would be a possibly a play here, but I don't really have a play. I know Jalen Smith is out, cornerback, safety for the New England Patriots is out, and New England just needs this game. They need this game. They need to weather the storm. Another play here because of that storm that I think I will take a dabble at is first quarter. Really like the first quarter here for Buffalo. There's going to be so much emotion. These guys are going to be juiced up. You know, they might have talked to DeMar Hamlin maybe possibly before the game. I don't know if McDermott wants to give the whole win this for DeMar speech, but you get that undertone that that's possibly a possibility of him having that kind of conversation. But it allows these guys to really focus on the game, get charged, let that emotion flow before kickoff, and then they focus right in, on the task at hand. So look for first quarter. I would look at first quarter, maybe first half, Buffalo. That makes a lot of sense to me. They can't win the first seed just because KC won yesterday. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of these players don't play. But then it's like these players want to play for the memory of their fallen the injured brother as of right now. So I would look for first quarter right now. It doesn't look like Caesars has first quarter. You just have first quarter odds. So let me check first quarter on DraftKings. I mean, not DraftKings, FanDuel real quick. And let me see what that first quarter spread is. I bet you it's probably like one, maybe -1. Let's see here. Got the winner. You son of my bitch. Oh, here it is. Here it is. -2.5. -2.5. That makes sense. 7-3, maybe even 3-0 first quarter Buffalo. I think it's gonna be really hard pressed for New England to get a score in the first quarter. So give me Buffalo -2.5. A little bonus pick here for you for first quarter. Buffalo -2.5. Lock that in for me as well. I can't put it in that game. Oh wow. We going right there, huh? Let me get to these comments. Cowboys get the first seed. So interesting thing about that, Nate Rosario. There is a bet for the division for who's going to win the division and the NFC. And right now, I don't think San Fran's in it. I think it's just the Eagles and the Cowboys. And the Cowboys are plus 1100 to do that. So if you like that bet, if you're feeling that bet, hey man, it's a gamble, right? It's a gamble. Maybe go put $10 on it, and win $100. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But once we get to the Eagles game, you'll see why it's probably not a good bet. So, but just wanted to throw that number out there. Rob, what's up, man? Let's get this money. Absolutely. Every day, all day. What you got for DFS? Purdy, Akers, Lamb, Kittle, cash games, Zach, Josh Allen, Zach, DK, and Tyler. I like DK today. There's a couple of those guys I like today. Um, it's counting if CD plays the whole game today too. I do like Cam Akers up there. That's gonna be a tough game up there in Seattle. So we'll get there. Gilbert Wilson did have a breakout game with Joe. Yeah, good call. Yeah, man, like for the DFS plays and stuff like that, yeah, like some of these plays are going to be good. You're going to find some gems today. Hopefully we can find some sleepers once we put the DFS play today. So once we go through the games, I'm going to, kind of stop babbling and get through these games for y'all as well. But once we get through all the games, we bring up DraftKings and I do two DFS. Now we had two good weeks. The first week was really good with me and Wilson. We had a great stack. We had the best stack of the game, and then we had the best gem of the game. Last week, our stack wasn't good, but we did have a couple good players that we had talked about that cashed out and was plus EV on their plays. So if you like DFS and fantasy, just stick around for the show. And we'll get back to that. First quarter, yeah, man. First quarter over 7.5. Bills look good. Yeah, that hook, man. They always get you with that hook there. I do like first quarter Bills though, -3.5. You can't get that on Caesars. You have to go to FanDuel's sports book and get Bills. I do like Bills first quarter. Hey man, keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming. DFS, I'll get to them. But let me get back to these games. Let's run through them so we can get to that DFS. I actually starting to like that fantasy DFS. I did play it a lot in my, before a little bit, and I kind of got away from it when the bots started really getting into it. Because you know how people, but the key for me is I get into the DFS games that you can only put in one play. Like F all that. I mean, I know F like you can put in as many plays as you want. It's just too many with this machine learning shit that's been going on. But yeah, man, I can't deal with that. All right, next game we got Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Ravens are now -9.5. Total is 39.5. So this line jumped for Cincy because it looks like Baltimore is going to be locked in to, I believe, the fifth, possibly if they win the sixth seed. But Huntley is questionable still, and it's going to be a true game time decision. No J.K. Dobbins. So to me, I think Baltimore is kind of giving up because if they play Cincinnati again in the wild card, they still have a chance to host the playoff game, which is crazy to say and unfortunate for Cincinnati. But it is what it is because now with Cincinnati winning the division, they don't host the game. They're going to be on the road. So all your future Super Bowl Cincinnati games, I don't know. It could kind of mess them up where they're on the road, for the playoffs, which is going to be a really tough slate for them to do. Outside of who was the last team that won all playoff games on the road? Was it the Giants? It might have been the Giants when the Giants won. So, that doesn't happen often. So that's gonna be a tough road for them. So we'll see how that all works out. But um, I like T Higgins here, and it's just a feeling. No, well, there's two plays I like, but T Higgins, I do like T Higgins score a touchdown. I think it'd be good for him, right? I think he'll be able to celebrate and give some love to Hamlin. So that makes a lot of sense to me because he took a lot of unfortunate and unwarranted scrutiny on stuff from a national level too. I know Bart Scott came on the radio and said something which was crazy. So I think that that makes a lot of sense. So that's going to be a play for me. Anytime touchdown, T Higgins. Also, I believe even though Chase has been out, I believe Chase is like 40 or 50 yards from 1,000. So he'll get his money for sure. Um, Let me see if we have that up here. Total receiving. Yeah, it's 80 yards. Let me double check that too. But I'm almost positive he's only like 60 yards away from 1,000 yards. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 40. I'm sorry, he's 40 yards away from 1,000. So to get him to double up, I think he gets that. He gets over that amount. I don't know if that's any incentive. It more likely is for him. He's still on his rookie deal, so that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense to me to have those incentives. But give me player prop here. Give me anytime touchdown. T. Look at that. +190. See, man, I'll be on my shit. Right? Look at this. He's the third. You know what I mean? They're gonna get him the ball. They're gonna get him the score, man. Look at that. Nice little two-leg parlay. Little 500, little five. All right, let's keep this thing going. Oh, we got Trump supporters in here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, like we talking football, dog. We talking making money. Not Donald Trump. What are you jump in the chat for a Donald Trump? Stupid. All right. Pass Carolina Panthers in New Orleans. Pass. No, nothing on Tampa and Atlanta. Pass. Houston Colts. Pass. All right. So the Vikings in Chicago. Really interesting stat. Well, not really interesting stat, but an interesting figure here. It's just about Justin Jefferson. Now I have a future bet on Justin Jefferson winning the Offensive Player of the Year, so I think that's going to cash. I think he's like minus like 500 to win that. So, which is good for me because I got it when it was like 12-1. So, great play here. So right now he has 1,700. What is it? 1,771 yards. He needs 230 yards to get to 2,000. Um, but there's not concerns, but there's thoughts that he might not play the whole game. So I don't know what you think about that. I think they're going to try to get him the ball and see how the game goes. And if he's close, then I think that they might take a look at it and see. See, they don't even have it here. Let me look on FanDuel and see if he can get it. There is a bet on FanDuel. I know for sure there's a bet on FanDuel for him to get 1,900 and I think 50 yards. That's plus 400. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. This is a meaningless game for the Vikings. Well, it's not meaningless. They still need to win. Um, yeah, there's no player props on FanDuel for them either. They still need to win the game to have a run at the number one seed. Especially with the Eagles coming around 4 o'clock. So they still need to win. So he's going to play, but it's in Chicago. It's at Soldier Field. It's always a tough place to play there. So I don't know if you want to look at that, but if any leans I had, it would just be, Jefferson today. So take that with a grain of salt, I guess. All right, let's keep it moving here, man. Run and do these things. All right, we are to your Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are now 16.5 point favorites. Total is 42.5. This line jumped up 2 points. A couple reasons here. Obviously, I think Jalen finally got the nod. He was questionable for a while, which was just stupid. I don't get some of the tactics Sirianni does. It's just dumb. Just he's playing. He's playing. This game means nothing to the Giants. At first I thought Thibodeau was going to play the guys because that's kind of how he came off, and then he came back and obviously pulled that comment back. So no Jones, no Barkley. This would be another play, kind of like Buffalo. First quarter, I would be looking at the first quarter Eagles here. Um, you know, I mean, it's going to be a blowout. It should be a blowout. Maybe team total here would be something here as well if you're looking at that. You know what? It's so bad. I'm such a huge Philadelphia fan, and I didn't look at any of things for these guys in terms of players props or player stats. I mean, Jalen. Oh man. So I would think Jalen to get some money here. You know what is a one here, but he'll get that easily. Is that Devontae Smith to break the season single reception record? I think he's only one away. I think he has 88. I think the record is 89. I think it was Urban Fryer. That's crazy for Urban Fryer to have 89. I think he had like 89 catches, like 1,200 yards or something. And that was in an era where they did not throw the ball. So it's crazy how, and they did that in 14 games. Was it no, 16 games? I'm sorry. That's pretty crazy with that stat. But yeah, Smitty makes sense here a lot to get that number. I mean, I don't think Miles plays too much. You know what? How can we forget about this man? Where's he at? Boston Scott. He's a giant killer. Give me a little Boston Scott. Let me find that prop. This is what I'm going with. How could I forget about that? No, not first time scorer. How could I forget about that? Oh, he's not even on here. Y'all some of my bet. Wow. All right, so it's on FanDuel at plus 190 for Boston Scott, 2-1. I love Boston Scott to score today. Boston Scott gets in the zone today, for sure, for sure. Especially if we have this game. And he plays anyway. He plays anyway. And Sirianni is one of those guys who's like a tradition guy, right? If this fan base hates Dallas, he notices all this stuff, right? He talked about if they win or lose against the Saints. He knows it all. So he knows that Boston Scott is a giant killer. Keep that going on. I'm telling you right now, Boston Scott scores a touchdown today for sure. There's no doubt in my mind he scores today. Yeah, I can't find it here on Caesars. But like I was saying, Boston Scott, first quarter, I do like Eagles here, -3.5. And there's a really nice, we'll switch to FanDuel in a little bit here, a really nice Hassan Reddick bet too. I want you guys to look at as well. So give me the birds. First quarter, -3.5. I think it'll be 7-0, even possibly 10-0. Birds in the first quarter. Might take some time for Jalen. What's a half? Is it 8.5? I bet. Damn, 10.5. See, that's a lot. Oh, that is a lot. Because Eagles need to win, right? Eagles are gonna be playing. Let me see. Over 28 points. I like the over 28 points. What's this? 3 touchdowns? 3.5. I like this too. I really like this. Over 3.5 touchdowns for the birds. Jalen gets probably 2. Scott gets 1. 3 right there. AJ probably, well, no. Who scores that 4th touchdown? Defensive touchdown, maybe? Possibly get a defensive touchdown here. Yeah, this score should be like 33 to like 13. They should bomb on these boys. Hopefully Jalen looks like Jalen. You know, he had a lot of breaks. Should have fresh legs. All right, let's get to some of the comments, man. Chuck, what up, baby? What's going on? Check out Chuck and the guys, man. Birds of a Feather Thursdays. The Bills roll for number 3, right? No. They would get the 2nd seed if they win. Oh, I'm sorry. You said number 3. My bad. Duh. Yeah, for sure. Emotional game. That's why I said, Rob, I like first quarter Buffalo. Lot of emotion in that first quarter. So give me first quarter Buffalo. Yes, sir. That's a cash. Peter, we'll get to the poll question once we get there for sure. Don, man, I miss you, man. You got to check us out on Fridays. We've been going live on Fridays on MoneyPot for the game. Diddy loves Detroit. Detroit, stand up. Loves Detroit. You know what I mean? You got to follow us, man. Make sure you follow us on MoneyPot Podcast YouTube if you haven't as of yet. All social media, but yeah, my guy Diddy, man, loves Detroit. I would like the overs on Webb because it's garbage time. I just can't bet him. I can't bet somebody I trust, Rob. I can't bet somebody trust. Boston. Yes, I'm telling you, Chucks, you know. Chucks, you know. Boston's gonna get in there. Boston's gonna go get there, man. For sure. All right. Let me get back to the games, man. Give you some more points. But I really do like this total over 3.5 plus 100. That looks like a good bet to me. Look at this nice little parlay we put together. It's not a bad parlay. 10-1. $10 win you 154. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. If Boston Scott was in there, that John be love. Ugh. All right. Let's keep this thing moving, baby. Oh yeah. So I forgot to tell you guys. The NFC for the NFC wild card, what's left? So Packers win, they get in. The Lions win, they need Seattle to lose, and if Seattle wins, they need the Packers to lose. So this is what I think about this. The Seattle and are we there yet? The Seattle game. The Vince. No, not yet. All right, we'll get there. But didn't flex the Green Bay in Detroit, the Green Bay and Detroit game for no reason, right? So I think that's a telling thing. They always did NFL some sneaky motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you, there's some sneaky people, man. I'm telling you. All right, Cowboys in Washington. Cowboys -7, totals 40 and a half. I don't know if Pollard's playing this game. Dallas still has some chance, some life here to win. So I think that I think it makes sense for Dallas to roll here. UNC guy Sam Howell is getting the start for Washington. This has been a carousel, so I'm not. I can't expect much from Washington here. Um, I can expect Dallas maybe scores even a defensive touchdown. I think Dallas beats the bullshit out of them. I don't see how this line isn't closer to almost 10. I think this is really off. I think Dallas rolls here. If you didn't watch the show, like I said, if you didn't watch the show on YouTube on MoneyPot Podcast, yeah, we're a big fan of Dallas here. We think Dallas rolls here. So, oh wow, is that a soundbite? Did I just say a big fan of Dallas here? Ah. I need some coffee. I need a drink. It's too early to drink. We got the white hen, Casa Azul. We'll leave that alone for now. We'll leave that alone. It's too early. It's too early, man. But from a betting perspective, I think Dallas wins. We think Dallas rolls here. So, yeah, no player props for me for Dallas, really. CD Lamb makes a lot of sense. Zeke to score. I think he scored in like 7 games. Let me look that up. What's his shit? Another little touchdown for Zeke, probably. Zeke, freak ass boy. He's got 12 tutties. Yeah. He's scored in every game since October 9th. Let's see what that prop is. Yeah, first time scorer. Still probably plus EV. No, he's not. Give me Zeke. Yeah, give me Zeke to score here. That makes a lot of sense. Um, and when we get to DFS, we'll take a look at some of these player props. A little bit more from the fantasy standpoint. Like, let me see receiving. CD Lamb, yeah, like I said, CD Lamb makes a lot of sense. Washington's going to pack it up. I mean, Ron Riverty usually doesn't give up, but I don't see how they slow down this offense. I would be under on all these. Like look at these; they're so low because you just don't know what you're going to get out of Sam Howell. So, and you don't know who he's going to tend to. I would tend probably Logan Thomas. Running backs and tight ends are new quarterback's best friend. So, do they have receptions here? I don't see receptions. I see long receptions, receiving yards. No, they don't have receptions out here. So, I would look at. I like this under here against. See, but they got a soft secondary. Why? Uh, very soft secondary. Yeah, but it's only like see. So, look at this. Total points is 17 and a half. But I guess that makes sense because it's over minus 130, 14 in a field goal. I still like the under here. I wish it was 17 and a half, but I still like the under here. Not official play, but I like the under. All right, where are we at now? Uh San Fran rolls here. So I believe McCafferty is 200 yards from 2,000 yards scrimmage. He's still plus money for comeback player of the year. So let's look at his prop. Man, see, they kill you. They keep this shit off for a reason. Um, I mean, obviously, yeah, him to score makes a lot of sense. Let me see on FanDuel if they have a prop for him. See if I can guide you guys over there. Nah, they don't. He would get that prop. So what I was looking for is a receiving and rushing yard prompt over for him. Like I said, he's 200 yards away. So and I would be looking at his receiving yards today as well. Probably a real popular stack will be Purdy and McCaffrey today. So yeah, I think San Fran's favored by 14. So they should roll here. Hey, appreciate that, bro. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, if you guys haven't, man, MoneyPot Podcast on YouTube, Facebook page. The Facebook page be jumping, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. The Facebook page will do be jumping. I find and repost a lot of the funny gambling videos. So if you enjoy those gambling videos, man, make sure you guys follow me on the Facebook page on the gram. Um, yeah, man, those things are hilarious. Yo, y'all should have saw the darts one. Oh man, the darts video, they were going nuts. You thought it was a soccer game in that shit. Like it was crazy for the darts game. All right, this is the game I wanted to talk to you about. The Rams and Seattle game. So Seattle winning or losing hinders Detroit. Detroit is the late night game at 8:20. So I really like the Rams here. I really do. And it's hard for me to say that just because the Rams are shit. You already got Sean McVay talking about leaving, um, for a broadcasting job. The big story about the Rams is Bobby Wagner coming back to Seattle. So I think those guys are going to rally around him. You have what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Who's the fucking quarterback? Mayfield. So Baker, you have Baker who's still looking for a job next year, right? He's going to still be looking to get a starting job somewhere next year. So he's going to show up. He's going to try and play and win this game. Because if he loses this game, who knows what the outlook looks for him last year. But for him to go to a new team and get those guys to rally behind him and then kind of, get a win here is and play spoiler in Seattle in a very important game for the Seattle Seahawks. I think that's kind of crazy. So I really like the Rams here. A lot on the line for Seattle. Even KW30, Kenneth Walker, still up there for Rookie of the Year. He's second right now. So yeah, man. No, is he second or first? I think he's first actually, and I think Wilson is second. Yeah, he's first actually. So, yeah, going to be a really interesting game. And I just don't think you flex that Detroit Green Bay game for nothing. That Detroit Green Bay game has to be either team wins and get in. That's why I like the Rams. I think the Rams win outright in Seattle, and Seattle loses and spoils their chance to get in. So that's just my little 2 cents on it. This game could be the most watched game of the year if the Rams win this game. So the story and NFL loves ratings. So that's what I think about that game. All right, next game. The Chargers and the Broncos, nothing going on in this game. I know Eckler is 2 touchdowns away from being the first player since LaDainian Tomlinson to have 20 total touchdowns. That's a huge thing. That's a really big thing, especially somebody, Eckler's size. Kind of like the new Darren Sproles almost. But this line is telling that they're not going to play these guys. So I haven't looked and seen if they're going to play. Let me see. Is he here? Is he in the? Yeah, he's not even in it. So I don't think they're going to play him. I think they're locked into the playoffs. They need to get to the playoffs. So I think they need all their guys healthy. So no play here for me. No play at all here for me. All right. Can't believe I'm saying this. To the game of the day with the Detroit Lions in the game versus the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay's favorite -5.5, total is 49. And we're going to take it to our poll question. Took us a long time to get here, but our poll question of the day for my fantasy DFS folks out there. Will Aaron Rodgers have the most DFS points of the week? Agree or disagree? He's low too. He is cheap. I think he's like 6,600, 6,800. He is really cheap. And when you look at the slate of quarterbacks, the only other quarterback that I can think of who would have a better statistical game than him, well, two other quarterbacks. To me, it's going to be Allen and Hurts because more than likely they will play the whole game. Um, Allen will play just because for Hamlin and the emotion that sets in, and then Hurts obviously because we need to win the game. So they want to pad his stats for some type of, for an MVP run, for an MVP candidacy. He's 12-1 to MVP. He fell that far. He was -1, and after 2 games, he fell like drastically. That's insane, to me. But hey, it is what it is. I do have a Jalen Hurts MVP ticket, but I bet it once he dropped to like 5-1, and I thought that I didn't think Mahomes did enough, but it is what it is. So what do you guys think here, man? I'm going to agree to the poll. Actually, I'm going to agree to the poll here. I think our guy Pete Evans had said something here. I disagree to the poll. I think it's going to be golf. So he thinks it's going to be golf in that game. Makes sense. Golf is going to throw a lot here, but Green Bay secondary has been playing really well lately. You see some savage flashes. I mean, Douglas, he was okay here in Philly, but Rasul Douglas has been the man out there. And then you got Alexander on the other side too. So that secondary is coming around. It's really coming around. That defense is really coming around. So I'm not sure about that. I believe in his, I believe, 18-7. Aaron Rodgers is against Detroit. 18-7. So I don't know if that's 18-7 at home or 18-7 total win-loss record. Because he's been in the league a long time. I want to say 18-7 win-loss record because that's a lot of games. 25 games. So I think let's go to some of the player props here. So you got to know that I'm on Aaron Rodgers over on his touchdown prop for sure. And you know what? He might even sneak one in on the ground. He's known for that. He's got to show up today. In my opinion, he's got to show up big time. So I don't know where is that on this one. Do they have touchdown? Right in front of me. So right here, 1.5. I think he throws for 2, -129. I mean, look, and Pete, look at this. Over 1.5 plus 112. Man, look at that, right? Look at discrepancy on the betting line here. So this tells me golf might not have that big of a game. Now I like his over in his passing yards, right? I think over his passing yards make a lot of sense. But I think Rodgers has, maybe 3 touchdown, maybe 3, 275, a little bit here. Let's not forget, Detroit's defense is leaky. leaky, leaky for sure. So we'll see. We'll see. Disagree, Aaron Rodgers during this 4-game win streak. He's only had 4 talents. Hey, man, it's time for Rodgers to show up. Motherfucker doing an air guitar. Doing an air guitar. Rodgers going to show up here, buddy. I forgot. I'm talking to a Detroit fan. I forgot. Talking to a Detroit fan. You got most reliable bet, Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon anytime touchdown. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Definitely Jamal for sure. Let's see what his number is. -145. Jones, Dillon. I like Swift. I like a little Swift. Somebody's got to score. So I don't mind a little DeAndre Swift to get in there. This is gonna be a hell of a game, man. Like I said, man. Let's go Rams, baby. Yeah. I'm telling you, they didn't flex this game just for the Packers to win and get in. They didn't flex it. How, like, think about that. You're Detroit and you're watching this Seattle game. How of a downer would that be going? Like, such a letdown going in to Green Bay with the lights, Sunday night lights. Like, that's such a big letdown. Such a big letdown game for them. And you have to kill Packers right here in terms of money line bets, teasers. You got to be all over the Packers here. I don't even know what the scenario if the Packers lose. If what's the scenario if Seattle wins but the Packers lose? Oh, Seattle gets in, right? That's right. Seattle gets in. My bad. So yeah, I just can't I just can't see that happening. I just can't see that happening. They flex this game for a reason. Rams win. I'm telling you right now, I'm calling the upset. Rams win today. So those are the plays of the day. Um, if you're just joining us, man, we're about to get into our fantasy DFS, so stick around to that. I'm just double checking. I don't think there's any Monday night games. I think these are all the games. So yeah, no Monday night games. All the full slate. Just a quick recap. We have I don't mean to put this in a 4-leg parlay. I would bet all these straight. But if you like it as a parlay, hey, $10 win you 200, man. $10 win you 244. That ain't bad. Deontay Johnson scored a touchdown. T. Higgins scored a touchdown. Total Philadelphia touchdowns over 3.5. Zeke to score a touchdown. And they don't have it on here, but I really, really, really love Boston Scott today to score a touchdown. Makes a lot of sense to me. So those are the player props of the day. I didn't take any. I took some first quarter bets. Eagles first quarter, Buffalo first quarter will be my plays today as well. Didn't take a lot of props in terms of yards and stuff like that. We talked about a lot of who can get on. You know what? What's Hurts passing yards? If it's low, I like it. If it's like 220 or something fucking stupid to disrespect the quarterback, I don't think they even have it. They just have his picks. Fucking, that's low. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know if he runs today a lot though with that shoulder. Don't know if he runs a lot today with that shoulder. And this is the problem with week 18. You don't get all the player props. You gotta search. You gotta search. All right. Let's get into some DFS, y'all. Let me go to let's bring up some DraftKings. Let's bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Go to daily fantasy. Oh, I did want to show you guys something. Here's some long shot bets. Um, Let me show you this one real quick. I want to show y'all the some long shot bets if you like them on FanDuel. I had them all loaded up already, so you guys can see it. All right, this is plus 2100. So any four to score out of the five: Stephon Diggs, T. Higgins, Gabriel Davis, Chris Godwin, and Chris Overlay. So you're not already betting T. Higgins, so that's one. I think Stephon Diggs or Gabriel Davis score just because Allen's going to throw for 2 or 3 touchdowns. So that's two. So the question is, does he throw to both and they both get in the zone today? And you just need Godwin or Overlay to get in. Going to be interesting. It's a long shot. It's plus 2,100, meaning $100 will win you $2,000 or 2,100. So just a long shot. The next long shot was another one. Any four. I like Zeke to get into the zone today. I think DK or Tyler gets in. Tyler Higbee is a streaming option as well. And then I thought because of the Austin Eckler thing with him just needing 2 touchdowns, he might play today. I don't know. But you can see how much of these odds have changed to plus 1,100. So that means $100 when you're 1,100. Long shot today. And of course, our giant killer, Boston Scott. So just wanted to show you that some long shots on FanDuel. If you just want to throw, even $10, right? $10 when you, 200, that ain't bad. $5 when you're 100, you know. It's just a small little gamble. Do what you guys need to in your bankroll. All right, let me go to now back to DraftKings and get some DFS in, and we'll get everybody out of here on this sermon, this church that we call MoneyPot Podcast. Don, I should have been a preacher. All right, here we go, baby. Let's go for that Millie. Look at this shit. Entry fee. No entry fees. Let's go for the Millie. All right. Like I said, Josh Allen and Hurts is out. I mean, is up as plays. The question is the stack, right? Is what you're going to do with these guys now. And then just Josh Allen play the whole game, and it just Hurts play the whole game. So you got to kind of look at who's going to play, who's not going to play. For me, I think the stack that I would be looking at here. So first of all, you have to pick the one that has Rodgers in it. So um, I'll do my first kind of stack, and then I'll do my second stack with Rodgers. So I'm going Dak, and I'll go CD for my stack. Now defense, Eagles should be top. Yeah, that makes sense. Bengals make a lot of sense here. Let's see here. Throw some names out there. Let me got Hater. Congrats. Yeah, Dougie P. Dougie P. If you guys got some suggestions, man, let me know on building this DFS lineup here. All right. So I'm gonna pay for him. Give me McCafferty. So now we got to get cheap here. Have to get cheap here. Wilson Jr. doesn't look bad. We need a cheap. Clement doesn't look bad. He's going to be run. He's going to be playing. Don't mind little Corey Clement here. What about Spiller? All right, let's go to receivers. Let's go back to receivers. We'll come back to them. Who's got something to play for? Who's got something to play for? A little expensive here. Cooper, McLaren, Wilson. All right, so I'm gonna want Deontay Johnson play here. Julio. Did we double dip with Gallup and Dak? We double dip here. Shaheed has been a problem. He has been a problem. It's a tough one this week. I do like the Cowboys here. Cowboys make a lot of sense to me. All right, so when you have 1,600 left, man, we got to get super cheap. Let me get a super cheap tight end. Who's the high tight end? Oh, Kittle. That makes a lot of sense. We need like a $3,000. I like a little likely. Let's go ahead. A little likely here. He's been scoring a little bit. All right, we got 1,400 left. It is. It is tough. It is tough for sure. I need another cheap. I need another cheap. Oh wow, Gabe Davis, is that cheap? Really? I'll take that. 54 for like 45 each. Hey, give me Davis. Give me a little bit of Davis here. All right. Chris Evans. I do like Gus Edwards today. He's going to get the bulk of the carries today. Gotta go that cheap. What else is up here? Spiller. And I do like Clement. I do like Clement. Got to get lucky on one of these guys. But give me Edwards with Dobbins out. I'll take the gamble. And a receiver, kind of like Carter here. Van Jefferson makes a lot of sense. Devontae Parker. Oh, Pierce. Corey Davis. Joe does like Corey Davis. Tell you that. Does T.Y. get loose? Quez ain't a bad option. Against New York? With everybody out, this Quez does something here? AJ Green. Let's see here. Nah. All right. What we got here? Let's move back up a little bit. Beasley, McKinsley. Makes a lot of sense. But I already got Gabe Davis, Parker. I think I might go with Van. Van or Carter. Because I think Carter's going to play. Or Shaheed. I can't get Shaheed. I'm gonna go with Jefferson though. He's had some okay games. We'll go with Jefferson here. Got to put him in there. All right, so there's one stat that I like with Dak. And CD as my guys, and then obviously McCaffrey's got to hit for me. He's got to hit. Um, so let us go to the lobby real quick. Yeah, leave the site. And where's the ones where you can do with let's go NFL 14. All right, here we go. That's the one I want. Let's do this one. Let's do a draft team. That ain't bad. $1,000. All right. Going with Rogers, right? And we're going to stack him with Watson. All right. So we'll start with that stack. That's the stack. This is the one this is the one that I'm looking to actual play. I guess Eckler is playing because they got him up here, or is he just he's just up there? Give me Cam. We got a receiver. Give me another receiver. I wonder if Amon St. Brown goes off today. Give me AJ. I think he has a decent day. Give me a defense. Philly chasing sacks. Give me the birds. Give me a tight end. What's Tanya been doing? Did we double dip here? He had a touchdown last game. What he gets against Detroit? Nothing. Oh, Noah Fant coming along a little bit. Scored last time we saw them. Give me Noah Fant. I'll take it. And another receiver. Ain't putting in no work. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think the Chargers play their starters. I don't. I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh man, you missed the show, bro. Are you following? You missed the show. We already talked about the Giant Killer, bro. You know what I mean? But appreciate you chiming in for sure. Like I said, if you haven't, man, go ahead and follow me on MoneyPot Podcast on YouTube, all social media. Um, we be dropping gems every day, damn near. We can bet. I need another receiver. I'm starting to like this stat. This one actually looks really good. Gabe Davis makes a lot of sense. He's so cheap. But I think I need another dog at receiver because I think I'm gonna go with this as my other running back. Should we go should we go Maul? Don? Should we go Maul here? He had a day last game too. What did he do against Green Bay before? 24 rushes, 81 yards. Mm-mm-mm. Or should we go Swift? Let me see. What's Swift looking like? See, he's more than Maul. Swift is 5,700. See, it's just because he's in the passing game. That's what I'm looking at. I think I'm gonna go with Swift. I think I'm gonna go with Swift. All right. So we got 1,100 for two mores. So we need another receiver and a flex. Ah, that is true. Jamal Williams back in Green Bay. Very true. Very true. Very true. Very true. I forgot about that. They were talking about that too. I'm gonna go with my guy. I'm gonna go with Johnson. I like that Johnson play. I think he gets in the zone today. All right, let's finish off the flex. Who's up here a little bit where we could maybe do some more? Kittle is interesting. And he's been going off lately too. He's got 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Hmm. So if I take, uh, I like the Noah Font. I'm trying to think, where could I grab somebody here? Gilbert Wilson looks like it's a good play here. And he had 11 targets last game. Like, look at his targets. He just doesn't score that much. That's the problem. I need somebody to score. I need somebody. Oh, wow. Robinson's out? Well, who the hell is the backup running back for Washington? Well, I don't even want to play with that. I don't even want to see what that even look like. Zach Moss and Indy. I think I'm gonna go with. Is Debo playing today? He is playing today. Debo is playing today. See, too many mouths to feed over here. Mustard had a pretty good game. I gotta get Mustard in there. All right, so I'm over by 200. Ugh. You know what? I might go with what you said, bro. Here we go. We're gonna go with Maul, and then we're still gonna be able to get my defense in. Yeah, Washington makes a lot of sense though. They're like, who's Washington have? They got Howe. Like who's playing for Washington? Sam Howe, no Robinson, Jonathan Williams. Like they're about to get killed. I just want to see what's the Eagles like. Webb, Britta, I mean. No, I'm sticking with the birds. Sticking with the birds. That's gonna be an official stack here. I really like this play here. Rodgers, Cam, Jamal, Watson, AJ Brown, Deontay Johnson, Noah Fant, Mustard, and the birds. Those are my two DFS stacks of the day. Do you believe Aaron did? Let me see. Do you believe? Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, he knew. He knew. He came out and said he knew. He just said he thought the question was just a dumbass question. You know what I mean? Oh, like, oh, we were going to get eliminated if we lost. I know. I didn't know that. Like, he's the head coach. Of course, he knew that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Dallas -7 today is just weird. Just weird. They should be like Johnson's out, the quarterback's out. They're going with a rookie quarterback. Like, I don't know. But I think I reason why I went with the birds because of the sacks. I think the Eagles have more sacks than Washington's defense today. So, but as always, man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys jumping in the chat, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. Again, I'll say it again, man. If you haven't followed me on MoneyPot Podcast on YouTube, all the social media outlets, please do. If you don't follow A2D Radio on all the social media outlets, please do. This is where the big boys play. This is where I play. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pot. This is how we do. May the betting gods bless you in this Sunday's church of MoneyPot Podcast. We out.